At the family meeting, my mother-in-law sneered, "You're part of this family. Pay your share, half your salary." My husband nodded along. I smirked and replied, "Half? Then I suppose you'll be fine when I cut my share of expenses in half too." 3 years ago, I was 26, living in a decent apartment in Chicago, working as a data analyst. I was pulling in a solid paycheck, enough to cover rent, groceries, and still have a little left for a weekend brunch or a new pair of boots. Life wasn't perfect, but it felt like I was building something, you know? Then there was Maddox, my husband. God, I loved that man. At least, I thought I did. He was charming, all big smiles and bigger dreams. He'd talk about starting his own business, being the next big entrepreneur, but his plans? They were like smoke, always disappearing when you tried to grab hold of them. 1 month he was launching a food truck, the next he was designing an app. I believed in him though. I thought, he just needs time. He'll figure it out. Spoiler alert, he didn't. For 3 years, I was the one keeping us afloat. Rent, me. Groceries, me. Health insurance, you guessed it, me. Maddox contributed when he could, which was basically never. His mom, Carol, was the queen of excuses for him. He's just finding himself, she'd say, her voice dripping with that fake sweetness that made my skin crawl. Some people take longer to bloom. I bought it. I thought it was temporary, that Maddox would step up. I was wrong. So wrong. It all came to a head one Sunday afternoon when Maddox told me his mom wanted us over for a family meeting. I figured it was about his latest financial flop, maybe another failed business idea Carol wanted to invest in. I wasn't thrilled, but I went along. We pulled up to Carol's house, a tidy little place in the suburbs with a perfectly manicured lawn that screamed control freak. Inside, it was like walking into a courtroom. The whole family was there. Maddox's dad, Dawson, his brothers, Jason and Kyle, their wives, even Carol's sister, all perched in the living room with faces like they were about to declare war. I sat next to Maddox, who looked weirdly smug, like he knew something I didn't. My stomach twisted, but I brushed it off. Big mistake. Carol cleared her throat, her hands clasped like she was about to deliver the State of the Union. "Since you married into this family," she said, looking straight at me, "you now owe us half your salary every month." I laughed. Like an actual out-loud laugh, because I thought she was joking. Who says something like that with a straight face? But the room was silent. Maddox nodded along like a bobblehead. "It's only fair," he said. "We all share what we have, and right now, you have more than all of us." I blinked, my brain trying to catch up. "Let me get this straight," I said, looking around. "You want me to hand over half my paycheck every single month to all of you?" Carol smiled like she was doing me a favor. "We're family, honey. Family helps each other." I turned to Jason and Kyle. "So you guys are contributing too, right?" Kyle smirked. "Nah, I don't make enough." Jason wouldn't even meet my eyes. I looked at Maddox. "And you? You putting in half of whatever you make?" Crickets. Carol huffed, like I was the one being unreasonable. "Sweetheart, you make more than enough to take care of all of us. We've supported Maddox his whole life. Now it's your turn, supported Maddox?" I repeated, my voice rising. "You mean enabled him?" Maddox grabbed my hand, giving me that pathetic, "Don't embarrass me." "Look, it's just money, babe," he whispered. "You still get to keep half." Oh, that did it. I saw red. This wasn't just a bad idea. It was a plan, a long con. And I was the idiot who'd been played. I stood up, grabbed my purse, and forced a smile. "Well, then you won't mind if I stop working altogether. If my money's our money, I should get a say in how it's used, right? And I say I'm done." You should have seen their faces. Jaws on the floor, eyes wide, like I'd just flipped the script on their little scheme. Carol's voice went shrill. "You wouldn't!" Maddox jumped in. "You're overreacting." Kyle laughed nervously. "Don't be dramatic." I turned to Carol. "Do you even hear yourselves? You're not asking for help. You're demanding I become your personal ATM." She lost it, calling me selfish. But I was already halfway out the door. Maddox chased me outside, all panicked. "Are you serious right now?" he snapped. "It's about family." "No," I shot back. "It's about control. It's about you not wanting to work while I fund your entire family's lifestyle. I'm done." He ran his hands through his hair, pleading, but I wasn't hearing it. "You showed me exactly where I stand in this family," I said. "I'm just the money." He tried to deny it, but I asked him point blank, "Would you have gone along with this if I made less money?" Silence. That was all I needed to know. I didn't go home with him. I crashed at my friend Sam's place, lying awake in her guest room, staring at the ceiling. It hit me like a freight train. I'd been blind. The signs were there all along. Maddox's endless business ideas, Carol's lectures about how women should contribute, the way Maddox always defended his family, no matter how wrong they were. They'd been grooming me for this moment, thinking I'd just roll over and hand them my future. Not a chance. The next morning, my phone was a war zone. 10 missed calls from Maddox, 5 from Carol, texts ranging from "let's talk" to straight-up threats. I ignored them. I wasn't ready to face that circus yet. I went to work, sat through meetings, crunched numbers, all while my marriage imploded in the background. By noon, Maddox texted, "If you don't come home, I'm moving your stuff out." "Oh, we were playing games now?" I shot back. "Go ahead, just don't touch anything I bought. Shouldn't be hard since I paid for almost everything." Radio silence. An hour later, another text. "You're being ridiculous. We need to talk." Nope, left him on red. That night, I checked into a hotel, needing space to think. Option 1, go back, argue, try to fix things. Yeah, right. Option 2, pack my stuff, walk away, never look back. Option 3, make them wish they'd never messed with me. Guess which one I picked? The next day, I showed up at our apartment while Maddox was out. I changed the locks. Yep, I went there. Then I went full detective, digging through every receipt, bank statement, and Amazon order I could find. Rent, furniture, car insurance, even the Wi-Fi. I'd paid for it all. By the time I was done, I had a bulletproof list of what was mine. Maddox came home at 6 p.m., tried his key, and surprise, it didn't work. I opened the door just enough to see his shocked face. "What the hell is this?" he yelled. "I pay for this apartment," I said calmly. "If you want in, ask nicely. Or better yet, get your own place." His face turned tomato red. "You're insane." "No," I said. "I'm just done being used." He tried to shove past me, but I had backup. My friend Sam, ex-military and built like a linebacker, stepped into view. "I'd rethink that, buddy," she said, arms crossed. Maddox froze. Sam smiled. "We're just here to collect her things, since she paid for them." Maddox looked like he was about to explode. "You're ruining everything," he spat. "No," I corrected. "You did that all by yourself." Carol, of course, got involved. She called that night, screaming about how I'd locked her precious son out of his home. "No," I said. "I locked myself into my home." She went off, accusing me of destroying their family. I hung up. The next morning, I got a ridiculous email from her, trying to sound like a lawyer. "You are illegally withholding financial contributions, constituting financial abuse." I laughed so hard I nearly spilled my coffee. I forwarded it to my actual lawyer, who replied, "This is nonsense. Ignore it." So I did, but they weren't done. A week later, my bank called about a flagged transaction. Someone tried to withdraw $5,000 from a joint account I didn't even know existed. Turns out, Maddox had linked my payroll deposit to his account without my permission. Fraud. I marched to the bank, armed with emails, texts, and screenshots, proving I never authorized it. The manager asked, "Would you like to report this as identity theft?" I smiled. Yes, I would. Maddox lost it when he found out I froze the account and filed a fraud claim. "You ruined me!" he screamed over the phone. "No," I said. "You ruined yourself." Then he tried the pity card. "I love you. We can fix this too late." I cut all financial ties. New bank account, locked credit cards, changed payroll deposit. Maddox was on his own. Then came the fake divorce papers. A week after shutting him out, I got a letter claiming I owed Maddox $2,500 a month in spousal support, plus half my savings. I hadn't filed for divorce, and no lawyer would draft something that absurd. I called the courthouse. No record of a filing. They'd forged the documents. I texted Maddox. "Nice try. Those papers are fake." No response. My lawyer laughed when he saw them. "This isn't just fake. It's illegal." I sued Maddox and Carol for fraud and financial coercion, filed a police report, and let the chips fall. 2 weeks later, Maddox called, panicking. "You need to drop the charges. The cops questioned me at work." "Maybe don't commit fraud," I said. Carol tried her usual stunts, even storming my workplace, screaming until security dragged her out. Her parting words? "You'll regret this." Oh, she had no idea. Then came the final blow. Maddox's landlord called, claiming I was the co-signer on his lease. Another forged signature. I filed another police report. Carol went silent. She knew she'd gone too far. But the real kicker came from an unexpected source. An email from Maddox's ex-girlfriend. She sent screenshots of texts between Maddox and Carol, bank statements, and a contract dated before our marriage, agreeing to financially support Carol for 5 years. I wasn't Maddox's wife. I was their retirement plan. I drove to Carol's house, phone in hand. When she saw the evidence, her smug facade cracked. "You planned this," I said. "Before we were even married." Maddox walked in, saw the screen, and froze. "Busted," I said. Carol tried to lie, but Maddox's silence said it all. "You're a liar, a con artist, a coward," I told him. "I thought you were lost, but you knew exactly what you were doing." I walked out, filed for divorce, and never looked back. The fraud case wrapped up. Maddox got probation and a record. Carol paid fines. Their family imploded. Jason and Kyle turned on Maddox when the money dried up. Me? I got a better job, a new place, and a partner who actually respects me.